Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be going over and showing you how to install the Curt Trailer Hitch Receiver here on a 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK Unlimited. So this is what our trailer hitch is going to look like installed. Now our trailer hitch actually attaches to a crossbeam behind the bumper here. Therefore everything is pretty much hidden. The only thing we are going to be able to see is the receiver tube opening. And this has a nice shiny black powder coated finish, so it's again going to help it blend in well with the vehicle for the best overall appearance. So adding a trailer hitch to your Jeep Wrangler here, it's going to be an excellent option because it's going to make your vehicle that much more versatile. Now we can obviously tow a trailer with our trailer hitch, but some other things you may not be aware of. If we wanted to hit the trails, or if we needed to free up some space inside the vehicle for those long road trips, we can easily attach either a hitch mounted bike rack or a hitch mounted cargo carrier. So in regards to using those hitch mounted accessories, thankfully we have the larger 2" by 2" receiver tube opening. Therefore we're going to have plenty of options to choose from. I'd also like to point out that the receiver tube here does extend out from the bumper a little bit, therefore reducing our chance of any issues with the spare tire in regards to clearance with our accessories. We'll give you some more specific measurements a little later. So in regards to towing, our trailer hitch here has a Class 3 rating. This is going to provide us with a 3,500 pound gross trailer weight rating. That's the amount we can pull outward on our fully loaded trailer. It also has a 350 pound tongue weight rating. That's going to be the downward force here on the receiver tube. We can also use the trailer hitch with a weight distribution system, and in which case our capacities are going to increase to 4,000 pounds and 400 pounds respectively. I would, however, like to point out that these capacities are for the hitch only, which is tested separately of the vehicle. Therefore, we need to verify the vehicle's towing capacity in our owner's manual and abide by the lower of the two rated components, whether that's the hitch or the vehicle. So if we take a closer look at the actual trailer hitch portion here, about midway through we're going to have the industry standard 5/8" diameter hitch pin hole. That's going to accept the industry standard 5/8" diameter hitch pin and clip. I would like to point out that this is a separate accessory. It doesn't actually come with the hitch, and the reason for that is most bike racks and cargo carriers are going to come with their own specific hitch pin and clip. But if you're going to be towing, you'll need to pick up an extra one of these. We have plenty to choose from here at eTrailer. And then welded to the bottom of the receiver tube, we have our safety chain plates here. Those are going to easily accept both the larger style clevis hooks as well as the smaller style S hooks. So now we got a couple measurements for you guys here. They're going to help you when you're selecting your hitch mounted accessories. The first one is from the ground to the top inside edge of the receiver tube opening. That's going to be useful when you're selecting a ball mount. That way you can make sure you get the correct rise and drop to tow your trailer level. And for this vehicle here, we're looking at right about 19 3/4 inches. And then now we have the distance from the center of the hitch pin hole to the outside edge of the spare tire. That's going to be about 7.5 inches, so this is going to work best with the hanging style bike racks because they don't require a lot of clearance there for the bumper. They definitely give you a little bit more room to work with here. You will need to be careful with some of your platform style bike racks because again we have that spare tire on the back. And if you ever want to make sure that your bike rack is going to work, just simply measure from the center of the hitch pin hole to the closest part there on the bike rack. So in regards to installation, guys, it really doesn't get much simpler than this. There's absolutely no setup that we have to do, no modifications to the vehicle. We just simply slide it into place and then bolt it on. We can walk you through this entire process step by step now, so we can show you guys how easy it is, giving you the confidence to do it at home by yourselves. So the first step of our installation, and according to our instructions, would be to lower the muffler here. And if you want to do that, it's pretty easy. There's going to be a hanger on either side. You're going to spray down the metal rod there with a spray lubricant, and then you're going to take a pry bar and you're going to pry the rubber isolator free from that metal rod. I'd also recommend taking some jack stands and supporting the muffler there so it doesn't fall down too far and cause any damage. If you want to do that, it's great. It's going to give you more room to work. But we did these quite a few times and we've determined that it's not actually necessary to lower the muffler. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. We're going to show you how to install it with the muffler still in place now. The first step would simply be to take our trailer hitch up into position here. So if we look on this cross beam behind our bumper, towards the center of it, we're going to have 4 holes evenly spaced from one another. Most of the time these are going to be free, but you may actually have a nut installed and bolt installed in those with a nut plate. If that's the case, you'll need to remove those, but most of the time I've installed these, there's nothing in those 4 holes. So we'll just simply take our trailer hitch, try to line it up as best we can, and place it onto the cross tube section. And we're going to use one hand to hold it up. In your kit here, you're going to get 4 bolts with 4 flat washers. We're going to take one of those bolts with one of the flat washers. Now this step here is where it's going to be easier if you have the muffler down, but again, we can still do it with the muffler in place. We're simply going to maneuver our bolt up and over the muffler like so, and line up our holes. So as you can see there, you're going to fight with a little bit because of the muffler, but it is still possible. But again, we can always just remove the muffler, or lower it down rather, if we want to give ourselves some more room to work. But right now, I'm just going to get one in on either side to hold it in position. So now with all 4 of our bolts securing the hitch to the vehicle here, we're going to take our flange nuts here, and for each of our bolts, we're going to secure it to the frame here with our flange nut. Now it helps if we actually pull the bolt head back a little bit so the end of the bolt is flush with the hitch. Then we can slide our flange nut up there and then turn the bolt head there to secure the nut. Just like that. We'll repeat the same process for our remaining 3 bolts. Next, we need to tighten and torque all of our hardware to the specifications in our instructions. In order to do that, you're going to need a 3/4 inch open-ended wrench and a 3/4 inch socket, as well as a torque wrench that's capable of a high torque. Now we carry these torque wrenches here at eTrailer. You can also rent one from free at most local auto parts stores. You're going to use the torque wrench at the back side on the bolt head, and then your wrench at the front on the nut. Now with everything tightened and torqued down, that's going to do it for our look and installation of the Curt Trailer Hitch Receiver here on our 2018 Jeep Wrangler JK Unlimited.